Now that we're on version 12.5.4.1, FSD, in my opinion, is just completely autonomous now, because everything I'm doing with FSD is nothing to do with intervention of the driver. I'm not braking. I'm not grabbing the wheel. I mean, I'm looking forward, but that's about it. My eyes do not control anything about the car, and we all know that. So just because I'm looking forward, I think that's just, what most people say is the regulation or red tape that is required for FSD to even work at the level it works at. Aside from that, I feel like we're going to be at level 4 or whatever they call it very soon. Here's another reasoning for it. When you're driving a car normally, like 2 hands on the wheel or whatever, human eyes, you have 2 sets of eyes inside of the car, right? You can see forward and you can see in your mirrors, and that's pretty much it. You could kind of turn around when you're looking over your shoulder, but you could use your mirrors, right? I mean, truck drivers do it all the time. When they have a trailer, they can't look behind them, and think about it even before cameras were out. But we're allowed to drive the car, right? But we still get in accidents every single day. Now let's look at the Tesla, the modern Tesla, a 2024 model. You're going to have one large camera in the front, that one up there, right behind the rearview mirror. You're going to have 2 by the wheel wells and 2 at the pillars of the car. So you got 4 blind spots. And then you're going to have 1 in the rear. As of now, who knows where the future is going to be held with all these other vehicles coming out? I mean, who knows about robo-taxi and all that, how many cameras that thing's going to have. We rely on a human camera, which is basically just one, even with 2 eyes. We only see, one vision, and you can swivel it around, and our reaction time is really good. But you know why our reaction time is really good and why we know things? Because our brain learned it, right? Our brain has learned over time what a speed bump is, what a stop sign is, what a red, yellow, and green. Why can't we train a computer to do that? So you put it to that perspective, but then you have a supercomputer that's learning all this language nonstop, basically 24/7, and it has 6 cameras around the car, and you're telling me it cannot learn how to drive and perform better than a human being? I don't know. That sounds a little far-fetched if you ask me. What do we have to see? Do we really know how far we are from a car? No, we're gauging it and we're judging it. When we pull up, when we park, when we reverse in parking lots, before cameras, we all been driving 20 plus years, right? Most of the people watching this, we didn't have cameras. We just used our intuition or our judgment of our human brain, right? I feel like with the technology advancing so fast with AI and the cameras and augmentation and all that, especially with Tesla and their team, it's going to get to a level where we're going to be like, man, I can't believe we allowed humans to drive that much. And if you really think about it, how many car accidents do we have? Of people not paying attention. We are in the most distracted time in society than ever before. We all look and glance at our phones at red lights. I test it. Next time you're at a red light, test it out. A good red light. The ones where you're like, dang it, I know I'm going to be here for like 2 minutes. Test it out. When you stop at that light, look to your right and look to your left, you're going to see how many people are looking down at their phone. Now you're probably thinking, oh, well, that's at a red light. Okay, yeah. So you're telling me you've never, ever looked at your phone while driving, even glanced at it if you got a text or an email from work, something that was important, or a text from your buddy or your wife, your spouse, whatever it may be. You never glanced at it or like, I can send it real quick. I mean, I know I have. So you think about that, and then you think about people, say they're driving and they're a little older and maybe not so healthy, and they have a brain aneurysm, or they have a heart attack, or a sharp chest pain, and it feels like a heart attack. Or let's not forget the infamous drunk drivers. We've all heard the stories. They're drunk, they ram through another car, catches on fire, and kill the whole family. They, for some reason, majority of the time live and walk out unscathed. Imagine a world where transportation is no longer a stress. There's hardly ever going to be traffic because of the human imperfections and the human mistakes and impatience and anger and arguments that people have. No more road rage, no more tailgating other people and trying to show how tough you are because you can get your car closer than the other, but you're not going to hit them because you don't want to mess up your car and deal with insurance and all that. You see what I mean? Where the difference is? Now we're going to have these supercomputers that have been studying driving 10 times faster than any other human being, learning faster than any other human being, and implementing that all into its software. People forget that Tesla has years and years of data on human driving, human behaviors, stop signs, roads, downtowns, speed bumps. You know what I mean? Like parking lots, parking structures, everything. and they have that all put together in their database. So the future of driving and the future of all this AI, I think it's closer than people think. The fact that we got Smart Summon coming out where it's moving the car in parking lots and literally no human interaction, I think that's just a little tease. Because Tesla has been pioneering the way, what they had to do to stand out is they had to give the electric car the sexy look, the demand. It was super pricey. The first Teslas were six-figure cars. Now you can get them under $40,000. No joke. And they made it to where if you look at a Tesla, especially like the Model Y, it's the same design for like 4 or 5 years, but it's still a sick design. It still looks futuristic. I mean, think about that. When you see this car from the outside, it does not look like it could fit 7 seats. Now, before everyone trips, say, oh yeah, but it can't fit 7 adults. Raise your hand if you're an adult and you love sitting in the third row of any SUV. Tell me, when you go in that SUV, do you say, okay, can I sit in the last row, please? The smallest one, the most cramped one, please, please? Do you beg for that? Or you say, hey, let me get the front row, let me get the middle captain chairs. Let's be real, right? Like every car that comes out, what do they do to it? They make it more expensive, they make it more plush, they make it have more screens, and that's pretty much it. Technology-wise, where is the advancement? What are we getting? What is the update? A new design? That's it? Like, oh, we have a new design. This is the new car. The seats are that much cushier. It's a little bit faster. It has more horsepower, but the 0-60 is a little slower. It's not a V8, but it's a twin turbo V6. Like, just like stupid stuff. Like, okay, yeah, it's cool, but where's the breakthrough of technology? Cars have been around, 100 years now? Like, there should be a breakthrough. And Tesla did it within a decade. Now we're at the point where it is just mind-blowing on how far technology has come with these cars. Like, it is another level that no one can compete, at least not right now. The reason why I say all this, because I feel like the FSD is going to come sooner than we think, and a lot of car manufacturers are going to be left in the dust, and Tesla is going to set the trend because it's going to start being more and more affordable. I've had this car and I already put 10,000 miles on it. I haven't done any maintenance whatsoever. 0 maintenance. That would have been at least 2 oil changes in a normal car, right? That's not too bad. It's not the end of the world. Let's just say $100 each. Okay, $200. Big deal. But I don't know, 0 versus 200. What do you think? Big difference, right? Now that FSD is here, we're going to be able to do things that we never thought of. Like, imagine taking a road trip and you have like the new Tesla, the Model Y or whatever, or the Model S or whatever model, and you guys go, all right, let's put a movie on, and then you take a nap, or you sleep, and you wake up and you're at a destination, or it wakes you up right before and it says, you know, please take over, or please intervene, or whatever it may be. Like, it's just nuts that we're getting to that level. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If Tesla is the pioneer, if Tesla's the future of what they're doing, and really, really think about it. Don't be all sensitive about Elon and all that stuff. Let's just talk straight up technology. Is Tesla the way of the future, or are they behind? Name a manufacturer that could compete against Tesla right now when it comes to technology. I don't think you can. See you guys in the next one.